Hello, I wanted to bring you this video today with the Supreme Court ruling overturning Roe v. Wade because I know there's a lot of collective grief and anger that is up. And the truth is when we are dealing with chronic pain, we are already dealing with a hypersensitized and hypervigilant nervous system that is sensing every threat. So when these massive collective things can come up like this, it often just serves to amplify our own sensitization, amplifies our chronic pain. And most importantly here is when that happens and when we kind of bring that into our system, and I'm going to show you how to not bring that into your system here, is it only prevents us from taking an action that feels aligned. So if you're someone who feels called to take action, in whatever way that looks like for you, if we are so overwhelmed by pain and emotion, it's just going to stop us from taking action. Now, if you followed me for some time, you know I'm all about feeling your feelings, but it always comes with a nuance because there's a massive difference in sitting with something that is truly yours and that your body can process versus sitting with collective grief, collective anger, or even anybody's emotions that just are not yours. And here is the most important piece here. If it is not yours, your body cannot process it. What this means is that we could be in, rage crying and screaming and anger and feeling like it's coming from this place of being with an emotion and being like healing, but it actually is not healing to do that. And again, we've all done it. We'll all do it. It's just noticing the difference here. Because I'm sure we've had that cry or that rage screaming that feels so good afterwards and feels so healing versus the crying or rage screaming that maybe brings you like really temporary relief, but often then only feels kind of worse, or it feels like you just need to do it again. Like it never feels complete. When we get stuck in that cycle, again, it's because we're likely, there's nuance here, but I'm talking about kind of what's up right now today in the energy. We are likely just trying to process things that aren't our bodies to process. So I want to give you just a fairly quick guided process that you can use to help separate that out. All right. And then that way you can be with what truly is yours, which absolutely may be some rage, screaming and crying that needs to come up, but it's yours that you're processing. You're not trying to process, humanity's rage and grief. Okay. So taking a minute to just settle into your body. If it feels good to just look around, remind yourself that right here, right now, in this moment, you are safe. You are physically safe right here and right now. And if you're not, you shouldn't be watching this, okay? And I mean physically safe as in you're not sitting in the middle of a highway. You're not, actively in a war zone. Because again, if you're watching this, you likely are neither of those things. May there be people experiencing a complete lack of safety in this world? Yes. But can we notice right here, right now, that you are safe where you are? Just noticing it in your surroundings. If it feels good to close your eyes, feel free to do that. If you prefer to just keep them open and just gently rest on something kind of down and in front of you, go ahead and do that. Next, just bringing awareness to your body, to whatever is up right now. Just noticing, not judging, not trying to figure it out, not trying to change it. Noticing how through this all, you're still breathing, no matter what pace, no matter how deep. That your breath is still here for you, and that you're also completely supported by gravity and by the earth and by whatever surface you're on. Now I want you to imagine or just become aware of your body and where it is in space. Imagining and feeling into where your body meets the air around you. Just scanning up and down your body. And just doing the best you can. It's okay if there's some areas that you can't quite feel into or have trouble feeling. Just noticing where you can. If it helps, you can even use your hands to define that outline and the borders of your body. And then extending that space outward. So think about an arm's length distance all around your body. It's kind of an oval around you. And that is your personal energy boundary. Just noticing, becoming aware of that space, and then asking and giving full permission to your authentic wisdom to help shift anything that is in that space, in your personal energy field, that is not here to support and serve you, to take a step back. Asking it to shift out of your space. If it needs to take another step back, ask it to take another step back. And as it's taking a step back, letting it know that we are not pushing it out. It is not that it is not wanted here. Instead, we are rerouting these energies that are not ours, that are not our bodies to process, to healing spaces that can fully hold, nurture, love on, validate, listen to, and heal these energies, these emotions, the collective trauma, the collective grief, the collective anger, and including any ancestral emotions or things that need to be healed as well. Imagining that these energies, again, are rerouted and taken to the healing space that is appropriate for it. You might imagine that going down into the earth because the earth can hold this. Or maybe taken up into universal energies. Or maybe imagining this beautiful healing space that is created just for it. Or maybe you just get a sense of it shifting away from your body and just knowing that it is held with compassion elsewhere. Just fully allowing that process to happen. And knowing some of it is going to continue to happen even after this guidance is over, as long as you're giving it full permission to do so. And then if you go back to imagining that personal boundary, that energy boundary, picture it as a membrane. Again, allowing whatever image or knowing or sense to come to you. There's no right answer here, no thing that it needs to look like or be. And starting to calibrate that membrane so it is impermeable to allowing this collective energies into your space. And instead, it's actually calibrated so any energies that do come in contact with it are rerouted to the appropriate healing space that can hold it. And here you can add any nuance to this calibration that feels good, of allowing in maybe a little extra love or compassion today. You can make it more permeable to those things. Or if even that feels hard to hold, you can make it less permeable. Knowing that you can recalibrate this at any time, that you are in full control of this. And knowing that this guidance is something that you may need to and may benefit from revisiting over the next few days, or at any time it feels like you are holding onto something that is not yours to hold. As you do that, just notice, scanning your body, of any shifts that occurred. You might feel a new sense of openness and clearness. And or there may be emotions up now that are yours to give some space and process to, and you can process them without the others coming in. Again, inviting in this process to continue to integrate in the background. Breathing into this, and if it feels good, crossing your arms and just gently stroking that into your system or tapping it in, whichever feels better for your body. Slowly opening your eyes, re-seeing your safety, looking around. Taking all the time you need here, and whenever you're feeling ready, coming back fully to the here and the now. Just breathing into that. And I hope that was helpful. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you feel like you need any more support with processes like that, or separating out energy, or being with what is present, that is yours to be with and to process. All right, lots of love.